Right, how you going, guys? So I'm back out here tonight. I've got the door bolted back on. Um, but I was just looking at this door frame. Now, how much that moves in there? Like, obviously all these spot welds have all broken loose. That's probably why this door is all crackling around here. So I'm gonna have to drill. I'll drill from the other side and figure out where the spot welds are on the other side, and I'll drill through and I'll re-weld these. There's no point just welding that split up. Okay, I'll try and get the light on there. There's no point just trying to weld the split up and then hoping that it holds. Like you can just see the spot welds down here. So if I drill them out, figure out where they all are and drill them out, and then weld that up and then clean it up and weld this up, and that should be nice and strong again. So yeah, it's mainly what I wanted to show tonight. Just show that I've got that door back on, and yeah, where I'm sort of heading next. Actually, there's another little tip. I was watching a what was a house colour video the other day, just looking at guys painting and doing body work and all that sort of stuff. I think it was an official House of Colour video. It must have been a few years old, because it was only done in 480 p like resolution. But I learned quite a good tip. Get your bump or your spoon or your slapper and lay it on your panel lights. If you get like a high spot, like there's a high spot in here. I won't do it now because it's getting late, but lay that on there and then get your hammer and then give it a few good smacks in the back, and that'll help bring down the high spot. So I'm going to go over this door tomorrow because it's still high in here, and see if I can fix that door up a bit. Because I was just having a fairly good feel. Like this door's pretty good for straightness from what I can roughly see and feel. Like there's the odd bits and pieces like that. There's a bit of a mark in there, but I think with a little bit of playing around, I'll get the worst of that out. But it's like through the main part of the panel, it's pretty flat. But yeah, I'm just gonna have a go tomorrow with that bump spoon and see if I can get, because it feels sort of high and low in here. So see if I can get some more of this out, because even like through here it's not too bad now, except for there's a high spot here. But generally it's not bad. Like it's for main straightness, like there's still odd. Like it's not dead perfect, but I think with a little work, the rest of that will come out and it won't be far away. And then like it's just a light skim or like a few good coats of high build and a light skim of filler, just to get rid of the worst of the nastiness from that damage, and we'll be right in that one. So yeah, and I was just having another look at this, just sort of going around having a good look. I might try and pat this in a bit and see if I can get this to push up. See if I can get a bit more shape in this yet too, just to try and help any little spot I can, just to try and get some of these bits to even out and level out before I get into prime, or sort of the odd skim here and there to fix these things. I'm semi-tempted to go around with a welder, but I don't know, like I might just better off just to put a skim of filler over like I had, and leave it. As long as it's sealed up, it should be alright. God knows why they fucking drilled all these holes in here, but anyway. Yeah, don't know. The only thing I can think of is when this has had that snot in the front. I wonder if because it's pushed that roof up and it sort of flexed the roof and it was a bit out of whack. And then they've sort of pulled it and they've maybe done these to try and help straighten take maybe some ripple out of like a gentle ripple out of the roof, and then they've just gone back along and just knocked these in from after pulling. But I don't know, like I don't know, it's fucking strange. But anyway, so yeah, that's about all I'm going to do tonight. Just sort of give you a quick wee update, show you that I've got that door on. Throw this in the next video. I'm sort of joining stuff together. I've only really sort of thrown the door on, like I've halfway lined it up, but not really. I just want to get it on there so it's not getting knocked around and damaged. So yeah, I think tomorrow's mission I'll start, see if I can get that rear end back in. I probably should clean it up, but I'll worry about that later on. Yeah, I don't want to waste too much time on until I get this thing mobile again. And hopefully, once I get this boot floor, I'll rip the boot lift back off and sit it somewhere out of the road, and we'll get the floor out of it and figure out how I'm going to reattach and join and all the rest. Just not 100% sure that yet, because I'm just not sure how much of this boot floor I'm going to get. So yeah, but we're coming along. Like, it's not, there's bugger all left in the shell now. Just got to go around, just tidy little bits and pieces up and knock a few more wavy spots out, get the worst of it out. Yeah, like I've got to do a wee bit of work on those doors over that side. I've got to strip that door out, and I think there's a glass still on this one. Oh, no, I've stripped this one, but yeah, I've got to strip that one, and I'll get in there with my jack. You know, do the same method and straighten some of these lines out on that one. So yeah, basically straighten that one, didn't I? This one's pretty good. This one here is not far away now, apart from a little bit of playing around that front edge where it was creased. So he's only really the back door to straighten out, or that back door to straighten out. Maybe a little bit more work on that back guard, see if I can just get that a little bit nicer before I get into it. Have a second or third look at this back guard. This one's nowhere near as bad as the other one. It's a lot straighter. It just hasn't had. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work around here where I put that patch in here. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. At least it's lower and not higher. There's a little bit of. Might have to do a little bit of hammer and doling there. It's not perfect. Yeah, we'll get there, and then have a go with this boot lid and the bonnet. Get that stripped down, and so get these cleaned up. But hopefully I might be able to do that. Sort of want to get this car a bit more mobile, and then I can, as long as the weather's not bad, I can poke it out and I can work in here on them. I might grab another one of those panel stands, because it's good for a door, but it's not so good trying to work on the bonnet. I'm going to need two, and same with the boot lid. I reckon I'm going to need two. But yeah, we're getting there. Alright, it's not a lot of metal work to do. It's really the last of it is finishing that floor, getting that piece out, but still waiting on some confirmation on these engine mounts from this other guy, which is a real pain in the ass because, man, they're not easy to find. Hopefully that comes through in the next few days. Hopefully I can find them and get them on the way. And I can, bolt the trans and the motor in and just make sure that everything's going to fit there, so I don't have to bloody modify anything anymore. And I can just go through and clean that up, finish cleaning all that up. That'll be the last of the metal work there. A little bit of a tidy up on this side. Yeah, and then I've got to weld up the holes, trim holes in that 65 front guard, because the other trim holes have been welded up and everything else except for here. A little bit more body work in that front guard, but I'll do that when I get it bolted on. I'll weld some nails in that front edge, and I'll see if I can work a bit more magic on that. Yeah, we're getting close. Getting close for steel work anyway. Yeah, and then I guess start, once I've got the body sorted, and I can move it in and out, at least that'll give me a bit of room to start pissing around with other stuff off and on, and start getting the block prepped and all those sorts of things, figure out what bits I'm using here, there and whatever, get it all cleaned up, work out me bloody work out a tank to put that in for my electrolysis. I was going to use that blue one over in the garden, but it's got holes in the bottom of it, so it sort of screws that. I can't use it. I could plug them, I suppose, but yeah, I need to get in there and get those what's it, light on? Yeah, let's turn that one around, I suppose. Get in there and get those, another inside of the water jackets all cleaned out in that block. Yeah, alright. Just shut. I've been talking for 12 minutes now again. It's easy to get waffling with you when you're thinking about things. Alrighty, guys. Cheers. Alrighty, guys. So a bit of an update. I've got it back on the wheels and the back end, so I've got all the rear suspension back in. Only the springs and everything. I haven't put all the shocks and all that sort of stuff in it. But man, it looks strange down low. It's been up so high for so long. So yeah, I'm just starting to go through the bits and pieces. I've just put a forest coat of paint on the top arms. I've got them sitting out there drying at the moment, and then I'll give them another coat. So yeah, and then I'll hopefully tomorrow better. I'm going to go away, but I'll drop the bottom arms to my mate and get him to push the pins out, and we'll get those bushes out, and then hopefully we can get them reassembled. But I'm about to, I might drag the steering box out and have a bit of a look at that and just sort of go over it anyway, and see if there's much I need to do to it. But I'll find all the hardware to bolt it in, and I'll get that bolted in, and I'll bolt the steering wheel in, and then work out what I'm going to do then, because I probably have to slide the torsion bars back and through the back and whatever, but I've got it down nice and low at the moment. Man, it looks strange down the slow. But anyway, so it's a bit of an update for today. Like, it's sort of been a funny day. Like, I haven't really sort of actually achieved much in actually like repair work, but I've got the back end back in. And I didn't paint anything on the back end, but I cleaned all the bolts up, and all the springs. Like, actually went over them with a wire wheel and cleaned all the shit off and all that sort of stuff. So at least when I take them back out, it's not a lot of prep work to do to paint them and all that sort of stuff and clean it all up and all that sort of stuff. Because once we sort of get into this boot floor and all that sort of bits and pieces, then I can You know, if I have to pull the springs out or whatever, and clean all that stuff up later on, we can. Won't be too bad. So yeah, we're getting there. It looks real odd being down that low. Alrighty guys, so I'll get these top arms. I'll get another coat on them very, very shortly. Sitting over there drying on those bits of wood, and I'll turn them over and I'll give them another coat on the other side and drag the steering box out of there, and we'll find all the hardware to put it in, and we'll do some more. Alrighty, cheers.